This conference will now be recorded.
Today we are going to see how to create magazine cover page design. So for this we should have photo and we need Photoshop also. I'll open Photoshop. So this is magazine cover page. We have different types of magazine cover page designs. Okay, but if you see one main photo, they will focus. Other than that, some text they'll type. So I've taken A4 sizes, A4 size paper. So I'm opening Photoshop because first you have to cut the photo. So I'll bring this photo, just drag and drop it, or else go to file menu. First create one new document. I'll take as A4 only. Then bring the photo in the file menu. Give enter. Then take pen tool. Select the photo properly. Then close the line. Right click. Make selection. Give feather around 2. Then press Ctrl Alt R. Refine edge. Then enable smart radius. In little bit you increase the value. then give OK, press Ctrl J, duplicate, then hide this both the layers, then save this as PNG. I'll give name saving. Yeah, it has been saved here. Now this one you can bring it to CorelDRAW. This one I'll close it here. So I'll keep this aside. So next we have to create one background design. So I'll fill some color in this. Suppose if you want a gradient color, see, if you want this kind of gradient color in the background, see we have a tool name called interactive fill, which is nothing but gradient tool. In Photoshop it is called gradient. Interactive fill. Below eyedropper tool will be there. Eyedropper tool is like Photoshop. Just if you click on the color, automatically the color will be selected. Okay, so that color you can fill with anywhere. So that is the use of eyedropper. After clicking on eyedropper tool, on the top you can see eyedropper, and this symbol is to select the color, which color you want. Example, exactly this color I want means selected, and this will ask you to apply where you want, then apply. That's it. Okay, and this tool is to give gradient color. After selecting this, just click and drag, we'll get gradient of like this. Same like in transparency tool only, we have seen this radial gradient, sorry, linear and elliptical. I'll click on elliptical, and you can choose any color you want. If you click on the square boxes, first you have to do click and drag for gradient, then click on the square box and choose the color you want, or else you can click on the side wrapper. Again you can directly choose the color which you want, whatever color you like. So always take gradient for giving two colors, and this one you can give some other color, and this one also you can give any color you like. Just click on the square box, again one square box will come, There you can choose any color you want. So this also same thing. You can choose any color you want. Suppose if you want more color on this, just on the line, double click, you will get more color. So I'll explain afterwards what is gradient tool. So right now only we'll see two colors. Then I'll place the image on this. So the image is not visible because the first only we imported image. So how to send backward? Okay. So before we used to do Control X, Control V, but you can solve that problem by right clicking on that. Order, then send. This option is there in Word also. Same thing here also. Send back of the layer, back one. Give back one. So automatically that layer will, this object will go behind whichever is there. And if you want to, you can increase the size. Then we have to add the text. Just you need to type the text and arrange it properly. That's it. And if you see this, both the text is not in the proper line. For alignment, always enable window, go to window menu, there go for Dockers, there enable align and distribute. Window menu, so once you enable align and distribute, right side you can see like this. See everything left alignment, and spacing between the object if you want, see. See like this you can select everything, then a left alignment thing will come in the left, and spacing between each object if you want to equal, you can click on this. So automatically it will get arranged. So like this you have to type the text. Okay, so wherever you want, just add the text. So this is the procedure to create magazine cover page. Okay, so gradient, that means interactive. And distribute is more important. Always remember align and distribute and arrangement of the objects. Just select objects. So which object you want to back or front? Just right click on that, order, send back of the page. So entire page back it will go. Right click, order, back of the page. Suppose if you want front, just select the object, front of the page or forward one. Only one object will come front. So, but not entire object. But if you want entire object front means front of the page. Now I'll select this everything. I'll keep it center. So everything will become in the center, not according to the page center, within these objects and the middle. And according to the top, bottom, right, left. For this everything we have shortcut. Left means just L you have to press after selecting the objects. So this everything is for object alignments. R for right and T for top alignment. And B for bottom. E for center alignment. And C also for center. So these are alignment shortcuts. So when you have problem in aligning the objects, so I'll draw one circle, sorry, square, and one more circle. So just you select this both object, then press C. So automatically, so this point center it will come. Again, if you press E, exactly in the center it will come. So I'll give some color to this. See, I'll select this every object, then I'll press T. So according to the top, everything is aligned. So this one, top alignment, and right alignment, and left according to the right side, and left L, B for bottom. Now C, so center, in the bottom center, exactly in the center, once again you have to press E. So in the center. Or else you enable this window, which is top left right. That one if you enable, it will be good. Now we'll see about interactive fill, more about interactive fill. So this is nothing but gradient tool. So you can give gradient color, and always you can change the gradient color just clicking on the square box. Like transparency tool, you can reduce the here reduce the transparency level here also. And the gradient mode, linear, elliptical, like that also you can give. See, exactly this color I want for this gradient, whatever I used here, like that. If I want exactly same to this, just go for not color color eyedropper tool. Just you can select the color and you can apply only single color, it will come. Okay, and the color will be stored in the recent colors. But if you select the color attribute eyedropper tool and click on this, directly you can apply to this. Whatever gradient you are given, that one you can apply to any objects by using attribute eyedropper. Just click on that and apply to that. So any object you require, you can apply to that. So including if you are applied a drop shadow for this, so I'll click on this and apply to that. But the drop shadow is not coming. Why? Because see the property bar. When I click what and all asked, it has to first is properties. Properties means outline, fill color, text. So by default it will select that one. And transformation like size, rotation, position. But I don't want to do this. But instead of that, effects, perspective, envelope, blend, extrude, contour, everything, including drop shadow I want. I'll give okay. Now I'll select this. I'll apply. So automatically drop shadow will apply. So whatever attributes you want to copy, that everything you can copy to other text. Including for text, you can apply this. Example, if I type some text, So take attribute eyedropper, click on this and apply to this. So for this also, it will apply automatically. So this one I'll use. After duplicating and place exactly to the center, I'll move this point. I'll place it somewhere here. Okay. So this one, I'll rotate around 0 degree, not 0. I'll give around I'll press Ctrl D. I'll place it exactly to this. Once again, I'll press and I'll move this anchor point towards this. Then I'll press Ctrl D. And if you don't want anything, just delete it. This one I'll rotate little bit. So for this, if you don't want drop shadow, go to drop shadow and remove the drop shadow for this. Now I'll select this everything. I'll apply a little bit of transparency. So like this also you can do. So if you want, you can do the shaping option also, which is combine, weld, trim. The first object will get trim, intersect, which is common for everything. So the shaping also you can try by yourself. So you can do lots of things with this gradient and other things. So I'll do group it, Control G. So this is gradient. Okay. Now Now if you want more than two gradients, take gradient tool, just click and drag. Okay, so this one you select any color. After selecting this box, we can directly click on the colors also, and in middle if you want any other color, just double click on the line, you will get one more box. So just double click on the line, you will get one more box. So how much you want, that much you can create. And if you don't want, just double click on the box, it will get automatically removed. So double click on the line to add color, and double click on the box to remove the color. So this also can apply linear, angular, rectilinear, so that everything you can apply and check. And we have some templates also, like designs, texture designs. So like this you can apply, which is there in this. Lots of things will be there. So if it is required only, you can use. So lots of designs we have. So just to click and try this. And this one you can make it smaller or bigger also. And the direction. Or if you want normal you can select. So this everything is available in interactive fill, which is with the shortcut is G. Okay. I'll press Control Q. So I'll apply some color to this. In the interactive fill, if you long press, you'll get mesh fill. Just click on that. Using mesh fill, each point you can give the color. Instead of gradient color, this one you can give color for each points. And you can adjust the points also, however you want. Now I'll select the points, I'll give some colors. And you can select the points, you can give the colors. Double click on the line or double click on the place if you want to add more points. Then select the point and apply the colors. I'll take pen tool. So I can give some color to that. And I can zoom into that. So same thing, I can apply mesh fill and gives colors. I'll create the leaf. And give some color for that. And for this also I'll give some color. So this one I have to bring it forward, order, right click on the object, order, front of the page. I'll select this everything. I'll remove the outline. And after that you can take some other tools, like if you want lines on this, you can draw it like this. So you can draw like this. So using this tool, you can create a lot of cartoon designs. So mesh fill is more important to give the colors, and always pen tool is more important to create any kind of shapes. And if you want, you can add textures and all for this. You can go to transparency tool. But when you add texture, your system will get little slow. Go to transparency tool, and in that you can go for the textures. I'll give some plain color for this. So these textures and all, remember, suppose if you require, you can use. So we have lots of textures. So you can use anything in this, and transparency tool and interactive fill, both the thing it will come. And this one you can give overlay effect. When you're the transparency tool, we can give some other effect for this. Add overlay. So you'll get some rough textures. Okay. So remember this color eyedropper or attribute eyedropper. Color eyedropper will just to pick the color. Attribute is like picking color plus outline or any other properties which you applied. And mesh fill, each point you can give different colors. And next thing is smart fill. Smart fill is more important. This is the main thing for creating logos. So I'll press C and E. So exactly in the center it will place. So for creating SPI logo, now it is very easy by using smart fill. Just arrange the objects as you like. Now you take smart fill, just click on this part, that's it. So only this will come. So that is the use of smart fill. And wherever you move, so this will look like hole. So smart fill, how will it work now? Example. So I'll give some color to this, Control D. If you have two objects, for this object, which is the common part, that also you can take. And taking smart fill, see, just one click on this, only this object will come. Suppose if you want this smart fill, click on this, only this one you can get. See, one more circle I'll take, Control D. Now I want only this. Take smart fill, click on this. So only will get this shape. So we'll get as a separate shape. I want this, this, this. Then take pick tool, select this every objects and move it and give weld. So now these objects are one object. So always shaping is more important, and the smart using smart fill, any kind of logo you can create. Okay. So smart fill, remember that this is to create some logo designs, and always remember smart fill. So logos you can create it easily by using smart fill. So almost every tool's over, and one more important tool, this artistic media. So with this artistic media, CorelDRAW will get over. So I'll click on the artistic media. So in the property bar, if you see, this kind of symbols will come. So just you can, so this is more useful for those who are using touch tab, digital paint or digital art. For them it is more useful. So you can create by using some custom text also. After clicking on the artistic media, just go to object, sorry, effect, enable artistic media. So in the right side it will come. So what and all brush is there, just you can select and apply. But in this the main thing is, if you scroll down, see in the property bar, sprayer is there, no? That one if you click, some other brushes will come. So like this. But that everything will be available here also. See, directly you can convert everything into even rectangular shape or any other shapes. Or else you can do paint. Slowly if you do, details will be there. See, and we can maximize how big you want. So this is called artistic media. For artistic media, go to effect menu, enable this artistic media. So right side everything will be visible then. So we have lots of brush side. If you keep on scroll down, we'll get some templates that clip arts and all will get. For example, stone. This kind of stone and all will get. See, this kind of ribbon thing. light, so nails, and if you keep on scroll down, tree and all will be there, candy, some pin images, say trees. So this is mostly used for cartoon designs. Those who want to create cartoons, they'll use this lot. Suppose if you want to only one tree in this, right click on that. First you do break artistic media group. Control K. Okay. Then if you see in the middle, one line will be there. That one you can delete it. But still it won't be separated. First you have to do break apart. Then right click. Ungroup objects. Then move the tree. So now this everything is ungrouped. So each thing you can use as a separate object. And this is vector, it won't get pixelate. If you want, you can make it bigger or smaller. But when you're doing, don't give ungroup all objects. Once you give ungroup all objects, if you try to move, this will come as a separate objects. Okay, don't do like that. So we have lots of designs. Some animal designs. See, first you have to do select the object, right click, break artistic media group, which is Control K. One central one line will be there. That one you can select and delete. And afterwards, right click on that, ungroup objects. Then you can move. So this everything is a individual objects. So you're getting this kind of animals like that footprint and all, it's there. So candies. So always remember this. So that's it. So anyone has question? Any doubts? And today is the last day of Corel class. Okay then, thank you everyone. I'll end the class.